Landmarks that should be the eighth wonder of the world. The Egyptian pyramids, the Colossus of Rhodes, Lighthouse of Alexandria, Temple of Artemis, Statue of Zeus, Babylon's Gardens, and Halicarnassus. What do these things have in common? They're the official 7 wonders of the world. There's no denying they're amazing, but let's see what else we can add to that list. Number 20. Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China is something included in the list about wonders of the world from the medieval ages, but it has yet to become an official wonder of the world. The oldest parts of the wall were constructed as early as the 7th century BC. The more famous sections of the wall were not made until the years 220 to 226 BC, during the reign of the first emperor of China. A recent archaeological survey states the Great Wall of China measures 5,500.3 miles, or 8,851.8 kilometers long. The State Administration of Cultural Heritage reported that 1,219 miles, or 1,961 kilometers vanished due to factors like vandalism and lack of care. Number 19. Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower's construction took place between 1887 to 1889. Today, people admire the tower as a beautiful staple of Paris's skyline. But back in the day, artists and locals alike criticized the tower for looking ugly. It measures 1,063 feet, or 324 meters high. From the end of the 19th century to the present day, so many people have visited the Parisian structure that it has become the most visited paid monument in the world. It is the tallest building in Paris. To reach the first level, you need to climb over 300 steps. Number 18. Acropolis. Its full title is the Acropolis of Athens, but in ancient times, it was better known as Cecropia. Evidence shows that the citadel's presence goes as far back as the 4th millennium BC. It sits in ruins now only because of its old age, but also due to the 1687 siege from the Phoenicians during the Marian War. Acropolis includes a few significant ancient buildings, the most notable of which is the Parthenon. The whole area sits on a flat-topped rock rising 460 feet, or 150 meters above sea level, overlooking the city of Athens, Greece. Number 17. Angkor Wat. The temple complex known as Angkor Wat was built at the altitude of 213 feet, or 65 meters. It is one of the biggest religious compounds in the world. Angkor Wat is located in northwest Cambodia, just 3.4 miles, or 5.5 kilometers, north of the modern town Siem Reap. Angkor Wat's name, when translated into English, means capital city or city of temples. It was made as a Hindu temple and dedicated to the god Vishnu. By the end of the 12th century, it was transitioned into a Buddhist temple. Cambodian King Suryavarman II lived here during the 12th century. Number 16. Moai. It's unthinkable. The Moai are monolithic human figures sculpted by the Rapa Nui people of Polynesia. You can find these statues on Easter Island, one of the most isolated inhabited islands that we know of, and is located off the coast of South America. The Moai figures were created from the year 1250 AD to 1500 AD. Half of the Moai are still in the main quarry of Rariku, with the rest transported and placed this platform near the island shores. Number 15. Hiya Sophia. The name Hiya Sophia is Greek for holy wisdom. In Latin, this Christian cathedral is the Sancta Sophia. No matter what you call it, you must admit that it's a beautiful landmark. Upon its completion in 537 AD, around the beginning of the Middle Ages, it was the largest building on Earth. On top of that, the Hiya Sophia was also an engineering feat for its time. The Hiya Sophia once functioned as a Greek Orthodox temple. When the 4th Crusaders took over the 11th century, they converted it into a Roman Catholic temple. It is now a museum. Number 14. Golden Gate Bridge. The American Society of Civil Engineers considered the Golden Gate Bridge as one of the wonders of the world. Construction of the Golden Gate Bridge began in 1933. It opened by 1937. During this time, eventually surpassed by New York's Verrazano Narrows Bridge, it was the longest and tallest suspension bridge ever, measuring 746 feet, or 227 meters high, and 4,200 feet, or 1,280 meters long. This engineering marvel links San Francisco to Marin County. Number 13. Petra. This archaeological city in southern Jordan, called Petra, is nestled in a basin of the Araba Valley. Its structures were built into the stone of the mountains, with settlers living here as early as 9000 BC. In the 4th century, it served as the capital of the Nabatean Kingdom and a major trading hub. It is Jordan's main tourist attraction. 5,000 tourists per day visit the UNESCO World Heritage Site in the spring. On any other day of the year, the number is closer to 600. Some favorite spots on Petra include the elaborate treasury along with the Petra's monastery as seen in this photo. Number 12. Neuschwanstein Castle. Neuschwanstein Castle appears more like a palace from a Disney movie than a palace in real life. Speaking of film, if you ever watched classics, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or The Great Escape, you'll recognize this German castle. Neuschwanstein Castle was built in Bavaria, Germany, completed in 1886. Initially, it was made to be the king's home, but King Ludwig II passed away shortly after it opened. Following his passing, the castle was open to the public. It is estimated that 1.3 million people visit the castle every year. Number 11. Alhambra. The red one. That's the meaning of Alhambra. This red fortress is located in Granada, Spain. Alhambra started as a small fortress assembled from the remains of a Roman fortification. No one paid much attention to Alhambra until the 13th century when the Emirate of Granada installed the high walls and the enormous palace. Alhambra was neglected again in the following centuries until it was rediscovered during Spain's defeat of Napoleon. Number 10. Timbuktu. The phrase, as far away as Timbuktu, means that it's a place far, far away. But where exactly is Timbuktu? This ancient city occupies the lands along the Niger River in Mali. It is the capital of the Timbuktu region of West Africa. Timbuktu was a permanent settlement in the early 12th century and thrived as a trading route for salt, ivory, gold, and more. During its golden age, this city was the center of Islamic scholarly work in Africa. Number 9. Teotihuacan. In the first half of the first millennium, CE, Teotihuacan was the largest city in the Americas. Over 125,000 people lived here. That's a tiny number by today's standards, but in pre-Columbian America, that was a massive population. Teotihuacan is an ancient Mesoamerica city in the Valley of Mexico. It's just 25 miles or 40 kilometers north of Mexico City. We know a lot of Teotihuacan because its influence throughout Mesoamerica was very well documented. Number 8. Red Square. Chances are, if you're visiting Moscow, you're going to try and snap a photo in the Red Square. This famous city square is in Russia's capital city, separating the Kremlin from Kitai-Gorod, a historic merchant quarter. Not only will you find these two big landmarks, but you'll also come across the iconic domes of St. Basil's Cathedral. The Red Square is named such because of the red bricks that make up a lot of the buildings. All of Moscow's major streets, which connect to Russia's major highways, originate at the Red Square. Number 7. Kiyomizu Dera. The Buddhist temple of Kiyomizudera was founded in 778, but the recognizable architecture wasn't constructed until 1633. Want to know something cool? No nails were used to build Kiyomizudera. Its wide veranda overlooks eastern Kyoto. A salient drawing point of Kiyomizu is the main hall, which is located in the Otowa waterfall. Tourists love to visit the waterfalls and drink from the pond it cascades into. Many believe you obtain wish-granting powers if you drink the water. Japan's version of the English expression, to take a plunge, is to jump off the stage of Kiyomizu. Number 6. Colosseum. One of its names is the Flavian Amphitheater, but let's be honest, no one calls it that. We all refer to this ancient Roman landmark as the Colosseum. In its heyday, the Colosseum held up to 65,000 people as they watched mock sea battles, reenactments of famous battles, and gladiator contests. By the medieval era, Rome stopped using the Colosseum for entertainment and changed its purpose to serve as a venue for workshops, housing, and various other things. You'll notice that it resembles a chipped bowl. The Colosseum sustained damage from years of earthquakes and stone robbers. Number 5. Statue of Liberty. Is it an American feat if the French were the ones that built the Statue of Liberty? France gifted the United States Lady Liberty in 1886. Since then, the monument has been restored 3 times throughout the 20th and 21st century. The Statue of Liberty represented America's independence. She bears a torch high in the air with her right hand, while her left hand holds a tablet with the date July 4th, 1776, inscribed in Roman numerals. At her feet is a broken chain, symbolizing America's freedom from Britain's rule. For immigrants traveling across the Atlantic Ocean, the Statue of Liberty was the first thing they saw when arriving in New York's Ellis Island. Number 4. Sydney Opera House. Moving on to a different landmark along the water, the Sydney Opera House, and its name reveals the multi-venue performing arts centre in the Sydney, Australia. It is one of the newest landmarks on this list since it opened in 1973. Now, the venue hosts over 1,500 performances per year, and 8 million people visit the Sydney Opera House every year. Its total seating capacity is 5,738 from a combination of its different theatres. Number 3. Taj Mahal. The crown of the palaces, more commonly referred to as the Taj Mahal. It may look like a castle, but it's really a complex with a mausoleum at its center. The mausoleum was for Mumtaz Mahal, the favorite wife of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan reigned over India from 1628 to 1658 and had the Taj Mahal built in 1623. UNESCO explains the reasoning behind the Taj Mahal's designation as a World Heritage Site is because it is the jewel of Muslim India and one of the universally admired masterpieces of the world's heritage. Number 2. Machu Picchu. The climb to Machu Picchu is a mighty one, but it's a road that many are willing to travel on to see this spectacle. The Incan citadel is from the 15th century and is located on a mountain ridge 7,970 feet, or 2,430 meters, in the Cusco region of Peru. Machu Picchu was designed in the classical Inca style, which includes polished stone walls. In a worldwide internet poll from 2007, people voted Machu Picchu as one of the new 7 wonders of the world, so let's make it the official 8th wonder already. What's the next candidate for 8th wonder? Before we tell you, we have a question to ask. If you could pick a list of 7 silly wonders of the world, what would they be? Let us know your list in the comments below. Number 1. Stonehenge. It's baffling that Stonehenge isn't already a wonder of the world, but here we are. Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument in Wiltshire County, England. Theories from an alien race to supernatural circumstances surround Stonehenge because experts can't seem to explain how ancient peoples could build something so heavy from the era it's from. Archaeologists use radiocarbon dating, a method for determining an object's age through its organic material, to find out Stonehenge's age. They guessed it was constructed sometime in 3000 BC to 2000 BC. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, smash that like button. For more content from us, be subscribed and turn on that bell notification so you don't miss an upload.